Okay. Yes. Audible? Ademi? Mic. Audible? No. Audible. Okay. Right. So, where I stopped my discussion? Okay. So, I want to ask you what you are expecting from this session. What you are expecting from this session. Now, before that, okay, before that, I will ask some more questions. Okay. How many of you are having, programming fear? You have a program fear or not? Everybody is perfect. You don't have any fear. Just raise your hand. You are having programming fear. Programming fear. Okay, good. I want this response. Okay, why you are having that programming fear? Why you are having a programming fear? Okay, I will tell you different reasons. Basically, what if you want to communicate with you people, generally, which languages we use? We use Telugu language. We use English language, right? We use English language. If you go for some other countries, they will use different languages, right? In order to learn any language, what are the basic thing you need? What are the basic things you need to, suppose you want to learn Telugu language, what are the things you need to know? What are the things? Our English language, Hindi language, basic thing is we need to learn alphabets, right? Yes or no? Telugu language we have alphabets, English language we have alphabets. Similarly, different language we will have alphabets. Similarly, we have one more thing important. Which one? Grammar rules. Yes or no? So, but while you are speaking, while you are communicating with the people, you will use all the grammar rules? No, right? But the human, because you are a human, you can try to understand that. So whatever that your friend is speaking, so somewhat it is understandable, okay, without using grammar rules also. But coming to our programming language, and in a childhood itself, you have learned the language in the Telugu language. How many times you did the mistake, right? How many times your mother has, your mother or father or your brother has given that, so not you should not speak like this, you have to speak like this. Okay, this is wrong, this is a correct, right? Yes or no? So finally you are speaking effective communication, means finally you have learned the language or not? Finally you have learned the language, that is the Telugu language, and even English language also. Suppose English language you don't have practice, right? So that is why you little bit you will do some mistakes. Even I will do some mistakes, or some other people will do some mistakes. Okay, everybody will do mistakes, but we have to keep on what? Practicing. Yes or no? When you will practice something in a Telugu language, you will be in perfect Telugu. It is taking how many years? So many years, right? So first thing you need to understand that nobody is perfect in any programming language. Everybody was a learners. What is the first thing? Everybody was a learners. First, remember this point. After all, Telugu or English language, This many years it is taking. But this is also a language, computer language. Why you people many of you I say you start fearing. Yes, that is okay. That is common for all. It is not a new thing. You are not a different. You are not a lower than others. That is common to everybody. Only thing is because if I want to communicate with the computer, what is the languages we need to use? What are the languages? Is a computer can understand our English language? Computer is a machine. Whether it understand our English language? No, right? Computer will not directly understand our language. It will understand only what type of language? Binary language. This you know very well. Now, if I want to communicate with the computer, we have a different types of languages, like a C language, C++. And why I need to communicate with the computer first of all? Why I need to communicate with the computer first thing? Why I need? What is the purpose? Tell me something. I told that whether it may be right or wrong answer, please throw your answers. Why I need to communicate with the computer? Some of the complex problems. Suppose if I want, I can find out the number 5 factorial of the given number. What is the 5 factorial of the given number? It is a directly I can say that 120. Okay. If I want to find out the 120 factorial, can you able to find out? No. So this type of complex problems, we are interacting with the computer. But computer will not understand a normal language. Computer will be understand only the binary language. Type of language are, we have a many languages. Those are, what are the languages? C, C++, Java. So like this, we have many languages. Yes or no? Now, here the question is, most of the people what is a compiler? What is, throw some answers. What is a compiler? Line by line scanning. And tell me whether it may be right or wrong, boss. You just give answers. Louder. Okay. Okay, clear. I understood. So, if I want to communicate with the computer, I will not directly communicate with the computer because I know only English language or Telugu language or Hindi language. But computer can understand only zeros and ones. Why it is understanding only zeros and ones? Because the computer made up of with the electronic devices. When the signal passes zeros and ones. When it is a current on means 1, off means 0. That means the computer can understand only zeros and ones because it is made up of with the electronic devices. We know the older generation, we have a this much, this room sized computer is there. But coming to day by day and generation to generation, the computer is evolved. And what is it is increasing? The size of the computer is decreasing and the speed of the computer is increasing. The evolution is taking place. Now, really, if I want to interact with the computer, here I need to know some of the basic things. First one is, you are a student, you know the English language, that is high level language. High level language. And computer knows what? Only binary language. Now, in order to maintain this, most of the people will have that. What are the middle things involved here? What are the middle things? Only C language. What is the middle process? How this process, entire process is converting? This is very, very important for the exam, not only exam point of view, for an interview point of view. Most of the people will have a misconception about the compilation process itself. What will say simple answer? The compiler will take input as a high level language and object binary code. This is your answer. Most of the people will have a give this answer, but if you give the same answer to the interview panel, they will not agree. We have some different processes that are involved in compilation. Here, let us see that. So here, eraser. Can you help me? Where is the eraser? Okay. Okay. Okay, good, good. Okay. Now we will start with the first process is basically you know that that is a high level language. High level language is giving input. High level language is nothing but human understandable language. In olden days, we have a what type of language? When people will start interacting with the directly computer, zeros and ones. They will start writing the programs also. But later point of time, after some years, the people developed one more language that is a symbolic language or assembly language. What is that? Assembly language or symbolic language. People will start interacting with that language. That is also difficult. Later, after some years, the people invented that high level language. High level language. Now you know these things. But other than this, what I want to try to explain here. Input is taking high level language. Now the first step that is involved. The first step it is involved. Basically, you will write one program right here. So that means any C program or any Java program, you will write here. Suppose, example, you have written one C language that is a high level language. The next step is what? What it is going to happen for the next step? Boom. So the high level language is taken input and it is giving to, there is a one that is preprocessor. What is? Preprocessor. What is the purpose of the preprocessor? Do you know what is the preprocessor? Why I am explaining this is, if you want to get a interest in a programming, you have to be strong enough basic things. You have to get the interest, how it is working. Otherwise, you will not get an interest. So tell me, what is a preprocessor? Preprocessor will take high level language into pure high level language. What is pure high level language, sir? Without, what is the pure high level language is? What is the difference between high level language and pure high level language? Because here pure high level language is whatever the writing your program, starting what it will be there, as include stdio.h, as include conio.h or string.h. What are those all? What are those all? Header files. So when it will give to the preprocessor will include all the header files or any library files that are declared in the program. What we will do? What is the purpose of preprocessor? Tell me, what is the purpose of preprocessor last? It will include what? All the header and library files that are declared in the program. So if anything, library files or header files, whatever the things, it will be done by preprocessor. After that, it will be given to whom? It will be given to whom? Tell me. It has to given to? What is the next step? After getting pure high level language, it will be hand over to compiler. It will be hand over to? Very good. It will be hand over to compiler. What compiler exactly do? You know, normally what you people will say that, sir, compiler means removing errors. This is answer. You should not give this type of answers when any technical guy is asking. These are very low level. That everybody will knows. It is removing errors. That is not an answer. Okay. So what compiler exactly doing? It is taking input as a what? Pure high level language, and it will convert into a assembly language. What is? Assembly language is also a low level language. Assembly language, or we can say symbolic language. So this is also a low level language. Why we are calling it as a low level? Because human cannot understand our English type of languages. Some symbols will be involved, move or something, add, this type of instructions will be there. So that will be understand by computer. Last persons also I need. This is not only for the front seats. Okay. Everybody in the classroom, whatever the content I have delivered, it has to be delivered. Everybody should understand. If I'm just keep on turning the PPTs one by one, it will not be useful. Whatever I thought, it has to understand by all the people. That is what my intention. So now tell me, compiler will take assembly level language, and compiler will take input as a pure high level language, and it is converting to what? Last. I want sound from the last benches. Very good. Assembly level language. So now after assembly level language, there is a one more thing. Here there is a one subject, compiler design. There is a one subject. What is there? Compiler design. How this pure high level language, it is converting into assembly level language. It is a one subject. It is there in our syllabus. Compiler design subject. Remember. when you will go for second year or third year or fourth year, you will get this subject compiler design. How we are going to design the compilers for the languages. Because every language will have a different compilers, right? C language will have a different compiler. Java language will have a one compiler. So every language, it has a one compiler. Why we need two compilers? Suppose if someone came from the Delhi, Narendra Modi or something, he will come to our meetings, and which language he will be delivering the content? Hindi language. So you people, we don't know Hindi. What we will do? There is a one translator is there. What they will do? They will translate that Hindi language to our local language. Yes or no? Similarly, here also we have a translators like compiler, and one more thing is, this is the taking input as a assembly level language. Whom it has to give in? This assembly language has to given to whom? Tell me. Assembly language. What is? So it is the assembler. Assembler. Compiler, and one more thing is what? Assembler. What assembler will do? Assembler is also taking input as a assembly language as a input, and convert output into a binary language. I will name that different one. What is the assembler will do? Assembler will give one is mission code. Mission code in bracket, I can say this is not a mission code really. It is a relocatable mission code. What is? Relocatable mission code. If you learn this one, this entire programming becomes very easy. You have to know these all concepts. So, mission code, what type of mission code it is? What type of mission code? Relocatable. That means it has to be relocated to somewhere. Yes or no? It is not directly a mission code. It has to be a relocatable mission code. So, this assembler I am giving to mission code. Assembler is taking input as a assembly level language, and output is what? Relocatable mission code. Now, what is throw some answers, please. Wait a minute. Linker. What is linker? What linker will do? What linker will do? What the linker will do? Linking here, linking process. Because every program will have a different file. Because you are implementing a project, can you implement in only one line or 100 lines? It will be involving many functions. Many functions. Those all the files will be making into a single file. What is that? What is that? Single file. That is called as a linker. It is taking input as a whatever the mission codes will have, but this all the different files it will be called. All the files we are combining into a what? Single file. Again, I can say that this process I am going to divide it into again different 4 processes so that you will understand more clearly. This linking loading process will be done in I am explaining different phases again. This linker loader, first phase is called it as a allocation phase. What is? Allocation. And the next phase is called what I need to allocate here. What I need to allocation here. Allocation means? What is allocation? Allocation means? What I need to allocate? I need to allocate something for that file. What is that? Name itself is there. Allocation means? Evaru? Getting the memory partition from operating system. What is operating system? You know very well, right? What is operating system? Telsa? What is operating system? Operating system is the interface between the user and hardware. What is the hardware resources? Because in a computer, you cannot access a memory. Who is the boss? The boss for the computer system is operating system. Without the permission of that boss, you will not going to access any memory. You will not going to access any processor, nothing. The boss is operating system. If you need some information, you have to ask to the boss. Evara boss? Who is the boss? Operating system. Allocation means getting the memory partition from operating system. Getting memory partition, because I am running boss, I am running one program, I need some space. I need some space to run my program. So this is who is the boss? So operating system getting the memory partition from requesting. I need just this type of this much memory. So that will be done by allocation. Next one is reallocation or relocation. Reallocation or relocation. I already told that whatever I am generating, it is a what type of code? Relocatable mission code. What it is? Relocatable mission code. That means I have a duty to relocate it to somewhere. And I asked it to operating system, please give me some memory. Then reallocation means converting here logical address into a physical address. Sir, what is logical address and physical address? This is again, there is a one concept in operating system. It is a one chapter, memory management. How memory management is working. This is a one unit in operating system, and computer organization also one of the unit. Okay. At this point of time, you try to learn what it is doing. Relocation means it converting logical address to physical address. What it is? Logical address to physical address. So after converting this relocation, now there is a one more that is call it as a linking. What is? Now finally the process linking. Here actually this process I am dividing, because if I tell in a single phase, you will not understand. That's why this entire process I am dealing into a different phases. Okay, understood? So this linking, you know what is linking? Just now I given. It will combine all the different files into a single what file? Single executable file. What is? Single executable exe file. Single executable file. Because whatever the different files it is taking and it is making into a single file. That is the process of linking. And the next phase is what? Loader. What is the next one? Loader. So what is the importance of the loader? Now tell me. This is a final. This is call it as a final. What loader will do? What loader will do? The name itself is there, loading. Where it will be loaded? Girls. Where it will be loaded? Where it will be loaded? I have a single exe file. It has to load it somewhere. Where? Throw some answers. It has to store in where? Because previously I requested operating system to give me some memory, right? Now loader, what it will do? Now the loader will load this file into this memory partition. Where it will be loaded? The .exe file will be loaded into memory. Which memory? Again, how many types of memories? Telusa? Telida. What are the different types of memories? As you are a computer science student, instead of learning all this for loops or this all things, we need to know some of the basic things in a computer science or any, if you want to become a good programmer, if you want to, software developer, you need to understand what is the basic things that are happening. Don't by heart. When you are by hearting something, you will not learn. Now tell me, what loader will do? The .exe file, the .exe file, the .exe file will be loaded into that main memory. Main memory. This is called it as a that is called it as a absolute mission code. What is absolute mission code? Previously it is a assembler. What it is generated? Relocatable mission code. After that it is a absolute mission code. What is the purpose of the absolute mission code? It will be directly loaded into the main memory. Okay, I thought you don't know about the different memories because I'm not getting answers. You know or don't know? What are the different memories? I named it as a main memory. What is the different types of memories are existing? Okay. So, okay, let me complete this one. Next, remind me, I will tell you, explain what are the different types of memories also. Now, what is the first thing it is happening? It is taking input as a, you have to repeat with me. Okay. Now it's, I'm revising. It is taking input as a high level language because this is a very important. So if I repeat 100 or 1,000, it is not the thing. Whatever you have learned, that you have to be perfect. First, tell me what is a high level language? It is taking input as a high level language. High level language means human understandable language. It is taking, what is the first person here? Preprocessor. What is the purpose of the preprocessor? Preprocessor will take last person's, what preprocessor will doing? Preprocessor is taking input as a Chapali high level language and it is converting into a pure high level language. What is meaning of pure high level language? What is the meaning of pure high level language? It is all the header files or library files that are declared in the program will be loaded into program, will be loaded into, because there are some predefined things that are loaded into readily into the program. Yes or no? What are the predefined function and user defined functions? This printf is a user defined or predefined? Printf is a user defined or predefined? Yes or no? It's a predefined. There is a The printf and scanf, these functions are already existing. When you are developing a compiler, these are called as a predefined. That is why we are loaded into readily. When you write the program as include stdio.h, IO means what? Input output functions. Input output function. Predefined functions. So that all the predefined functions will be loaded into program, and that is the duty of whom? That is the duty of preprocessor. That is the duty of preprocessor. Next one is compiler. What is the duty of compiler? Compiler is taking input as a pure high level language and it is converting output as a assembly level language. To convert into assembly level language, we have again different phases. That is a one subject. Again, lexical analyzer, syntax analyzer, semantic analyzer, intermediate code generator. That is a different subject in a compiler again. So that you in next sessions. So next, what is the purpose of assembler? Assembler will language and giving output as a what? Giving output as a relocatable mission code. That is very important. Most of the people will give a half of answers. That is a relocatable mission code. Linking and loading process will be involving in how many phases again? 4 phases. What are those? Allocation, linking, loading. What is the purpose of the allocation? Of relocation. It convert a logical address into a physical address. Next, assembly linking process. It will combine all the different files to make into a single executable. Finally, loading. What is the purpose of the loader? Loader will take the .exe file will be loaded main memory. Sir, what is the main memory? What is the difference between a main memory and secondary memory, cache memory, and registers? Do you know? You have to know all those things. Okay, let me introduce just 5 to 10 minutes. What are the different memories that are involving? So, okay. We already wasted most of the time. Let me now clean this entire, this is called it as the language processing system steps. That means any language will be memories. What are the different memories that are available? To buy a laptop or a mobile phone, what will do? Ah, you are going to take? Yes or no? What is the size of the hard disk? Thing. RAM. Why RAM is important? Why RAM is some of the phones will be not suitable for the high games. So what you are going to do? You want to okay. So what are the parameters we will see? First one is okay, just 5 minutes. Okay, what are the different memories that are available here? I am going to explain. Try to listen. First one is secondary memory. What is? This terminology is very important. If you are going for the some further subjects, you want to learn any other subjects, whatever I am telling, this terminology will be helpful. If you are knowing only for loop, it will be helpful to only that programming. But this terminology will be helpful for all the subjects. Now tell me, this is the secondary memory, and the next one is primary memory. What is primary, or we can say main memory, or we can say physical memory. We have a different names. Next one is next one is what is cache memory. What is cache memory? And what is the next one is registers. Registers. Now tell me, can I purchase? Is there any 500? What is the hard disk size maximum or minimum? Maximum like 1 terabytes to it's dependent on, right? Yes or no? Size of the hard disk. Size of the hard disk 500 GB, 1 terabyte, 2 terabytes. Yes or no? Whether we have a 500 GB primary memory, RAM, this is called it as a hard disk. What is? This is called as a hard disk. Now primary memory. Primary memory is nothing but RAM. What is? Primary memory is nothing but RAM. The size of, that's why, what is the maximum RAM size? What is the maximum RAM size? We'll have 4 GB, 8 GB, 12 GB. Yes or no? You just type it. If you want to purchase any laptop, what is it? 4 GB RAM laptop or 8 GB or like 12 GB? Yes or no? So this is a RAM. And what is the cache memory? Okay, let me discuss first of all what is a secondary memory. Secondary memory is a storage device. If you want to store any information or a program, it will be stored in secondary devices, that is a hard disk. Suppose you are having a movie, you can store in a hard disk, or whether you have any information, you can store in a hard disk. Sir, then what is the purpose of the RAM? Why RAM is required? Because you are storing already into the hard disk. Now, what is the purpose of the RAM? Why I need RAM? What is the need of RAM? This is call it as a primary memory. Whatever the process that will be executed. So our program is there. Finally, our program, where it will be loaded. We have done all the compilation and linking process. Finally, it will be loaded into where? Where it will be loaded? Main memory. If you want to process anything, suppose you are playing one movie, the information is present in the hard disk, but the process is taking place in where? The process is taking place in main memory. That is why when you open multiple tabs, the laptop is getting stuck, because the processor or RAM size, if it is a low, it cannot deal with multiple processes. So when it got exceeded, suppose you are playing one game and your RAM capacity is 1 GB only, sometimes it got stuck. Yes or no? So the RAM size is very lesser because it is not a permanent storage. It is not a permanent storage. Whenever I am running any program, whenever I am running any process, then only the information is present in the primary memory or main memory. Later it will be, when I will close the tab, it will be turned off. That means again the memory becomes empty. Understood? But hard disk, if I store some information, whether it is empty? No. If you suppose you copied one movie, the movie is present. But yes or no? Understand or not? What is the difference between primary memory and secondary memory? Yes or no? I want answers from my favorite students, last students also. What is the difference between a primary memory and secondary memory? Is it clear? What is a secondary memory? Secondary memory is nothing but hard disk, and primary memory is nothing but RAM. So when I want to process any information, where it will be present? It will be present in RAM. Suppose it will be processed in RAM. Then once I will close the tab, the information is getting off. So hard disk is a permanent storage. We will store the information. But RAM is only temporary. So whenever I am just processing, at that time only it will store. After that, it will not store. That is why it is a temporary memory. Sir, then what is a cache memory? Hello, what is a cache memory? What is a cache memory? RAM, primary memory is clear. Secondary memory is also clear. Now, sir, what is a cache memory? Cache memory means what? Cache memory. One best example I will give you. One small example. Okay. In your kitchen, so you have a cooking kitchen, right? In the cooking kitchen, what are the primary things that are available in your kitchen? That means which are using most of the times? Salt. Okay, stove is there anyway. For cooking process. For cooking process, what are the things it will be there? Some salt, okay? Sugar, rice, oil. These primary things will be there. Or some any different masalas or any, those things will be kept in somewhere. Those things will be kept in somewhere, some far distance. But primary things are what are? That salt, whatever the mirchi powder and the oil, those things will be kept in nearer places. Yes or no? So here also cache memory is that type of thing. Whatever the things you are repeatedly using in your computer, whatever the things you are repeatedly using, those things can be stored in cache memory. Whatever the things you are many times you are using, that processes related information will be stored into cache memory, and remaining information it will be stored in a main memory. Sir, why? What is the purpose? Why it is keeping like that cache memory? Because the time taken to retrieve the information from the main memory or secondary memory, it becomes most time consuming. If it is stored in a cache, it will be directly accessed. Similarly, in your kitchen, if you store in the salt in nearer to stove, I can access like this. Suppose if you are keeping that salt in somewhere other rack, okay, you need to go to the track and you need to bring that salt and again you have to keep that. So it is a time consuming process. It's a way there is a cache memory. There is a cache memory. And the next one is registers. Sir, what is the registers? Register is also a small memory unit which will be whatever the information that is stored temporarily, and it will be transferred to from one cache memory to register wherever it will require. Registers. Coming to size wise, which one is a large size? Which one is a large size? Secondary memory. Next to the large size is primary. Next to size. So that means the size is decreasing order. Yes or no? The size is decreasing on order. So secondary memory compared to secondary memory, primary memory and cache memory and less size. This is a less size. Coming to performance, which one is a faster? Which one is a faster? Faster is the opposite side. The registers will be more speed but more costly. What is? Costly. Similarly, cache memory is also very high speed but more costly compared to cost wise. And coming to primary memory, it is a very costly. Suppose if you increase 2 GB RAM to 4 GB, almost 1000 rupees difference, right? But a hard disk, if you are just placing from 500 GB to 1 terabyte, it is taking how much? It is also a same thing, like a 2000 or 3000, that range only. So the cost and performance wise, so registers are more costly, and as well as speed wise, the registers are very speed. So secondary memory is very less speed. So this is a purpose of the memory management in computer system. Memory management. Sir, okay. Now I need to write the program, sir. Okay, these are things okay. I need to write the effective programmer. I want to become an effective programmer. What are the things I need to know? What are the things I need to know? If I just learn that for loop, if I just learn this all the things, is it enough? If you want to be a good programmer, you are just learning all the grammar rules. Is it sufficient? What is the purpose of the programming? What is the purpose of the programming? What is the main purpose? What is the main purpose? Hello, last. What is the main purpose of the programming? To solve some particular complex problems or normal problems. It has to solve. Yes or no? For that, we need some of the grammar rules that is required. Okay. So you need to know the for loop. What are the looping statements? What are the syntax? Syntax means nothing but what? In our Telugu language, we have a grammar rules, right? Similarly, our programming language is also having some grammar rules. So that is syntaxes. You need to know all the syntaxes. You need to know all the grammar rules. Other than, there is a one more thing that is required: problem solving skill. What is? Problem solving skill. That is very, 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 very important in order to solve the complex problems. How? For that, what we need to improve? For that, what we need to improve? What you need to improve? If you want to be a good programmer, you have to first primarily basic problem solving skills or computational skills will be required. For example, a small example I am going to explain you. Now I want the information that is sum of the all the numbers. I want to write the program for sum of all the numbers. Let us open that program list, ma'am. So it will be okay. First, no, program. Okay. Just అప్పుడే ఉండండి అట్లా. Up to whatever I have delivered, it's clear. Is it clear or not? So now, because I want to make you that you want to be confident in a programming. Okay. I don't want to, explain same like you are already explained that all the for loop, what is the syntax of the for loop, what is the syntax of the while loop, all these things. Okay. But I want problem solving skills, how to deal the problems. That is what my goal. Okay. Instead of the programs, first you need to improve the problem solving skills. That is the first parameter. You can be, if you are learning a language is not a difficult. Learning language is not at all difficult. Only thing is problem solving techniques. That is the only important. So now let us take a simple program, and you know that program, but you from my side you see that what are the basic how I am solving the problem, so that it will be easy. Okay. So you know all the printing statements, all those things. Yes or no? Okay. Let us clear all unda? Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay, now let us see that one problem. We will take any one problem normally. Tell me, I think you start writing the programs. Have you started? You start writing programs, right? So now tell me, what is the first thing we need to do in the programming? First parameter. When I give any problem statement, first thing what you need to do, you have to start writing the program. That is a mistake. You cannot start directly. What is a header file and a main? These are the things are not required. That you have to do later. First, try to develop a logic. What is? First, try to develop the logic. The header files, main, I will start, and you will be stuck at that place. Yes or no? Most of the people will start writing a program something. What you people first thing you will do, you will write all the header files and the main, and you will declare some variables, and you will be some printf statement, enter the number. Okay. Now I'm not able to recollect what I have to do. You will be stop at that place. But the thing is, if you want to be effective programmer, first thing, when anybody is giving the problem statement, you have to first focus on logic. What is important? Logic is important. Sir, how to develop the logic? How to develop the logic? For developing logic, there is no shortcut. You have to practice a lot of problems. I cannot, this technique I cannot give you in a single 1 or 2 minutes. But I will, first thing is the problem solving means you should first develop the logic, then automatically whatever the header files, into declaration, printf, these all things you will get. First primary thing is you try to develop logic. So how to develop again this logic? Suppose you want to you are taking a number and you want to reverse the number. What do you have to do? Because you are already writing the program. I think you have written, right? For a reversing a number. Suppose there is a number 1, 2, 3. I don't want to explain the program here. Now tell me. So what you are going to see first thing? You need to reverse the number. In order to reverse the number, first basic thing, what you have to do? Now tell me the logic only. Don't say that header files, main, declaration, and all things. Just tell me what is the logic. That means first, this 3 has to come to the first place. Yes or no? And next, this 2 has to be coming to the second. Next, 1 has to come. Sorry, 3, 2, 1. Yes or no? Then at that time, you have to question yourself. How I will get 3 into the back? So there is a number 1, 2, 3, right? So how I can get it the 3? This, how I will get the 3? What are the first thing I need to do in order to retrieve the 3? In general, normally, in general computation, don't think about, that program as include, don't think all those things, okay? Just normally think about it. What you need to bring? You need to bring 3. So 1, 2, 3, in a 1, 2, 3, in order to bring only 3, what you have to do? What do you have to do? Don't think it is a program. I'm generally asking. It's a normal computation I'm asking. Now tell me what I have to do. Tell me. You should have a computational skills. So by dividing, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 divided by 10, how much? You try to 1, 2, 3. Tell me. How many times? How many times? Normal division I am telling. How many times? 12? 12 times. 12.2 times Rastara division lo? No, right? First, what you will write? 12. So, what is here? Number? 10, 12 ja. 120. Yes or no? What is the remainder? Remainder is what? 3. Now, this 3, right? When you divide the number with the 10, you are getting the remainder is what? 3. Now, what I want? 1, 2, 3. What is the first thing I am getting? Tell me. 3. So, I got, somehow I will display. We will think about later, okay? First, see the computation, okay? Later, we will see that we'll write the program. First, try to write down the logic only, okay? Next, after devising the number, what is the here? What is the quotient here? 12. That remaining number is 12 or not? Yes or no? In the 1, 2, 3, there is a 3 already. I have taken into the first place. And remaining is what? 1, 2. Yes or no? Now again, same process. Can I repeat or not? So what I will do, same process again. 12 divided by 10. 12 divided by 10. Why it is 10 only? Because it is a decimal number. Yes or no? Decimal number base is what? Binary number base is what? Binary number base is what? 0 and 1. That base is nothing but 2. That means maximum you can represent how many numbers? 0 to? Okay. Binary numbers are 0, 1 only. 0, 1 only. That means base will be 2. That means maximum the binary numbers you can using zeros as well as ones only. Similarly, decimal number. Decimal number means 0 to 1. Decimal number. Decimal. Decimal amma. 0 to 9. Decimal means 0 to 9. 0 to 9. So that is why I'm dividing the number with the 10. Okay. So next, if you 12 divided by 10, same thing. Tell me. 1, 12, 10. What is the quotient? What is the quotient here? 1. And how many times? 10 1 ja? 10. What is the remainder? 2. Now, the 2 is remainder. So now I have written first 3. And the next one is 2. Next one is the 2. Yes or no? 2. Now, what is the remaining quotient here? 1. That means 1 is there. So, now what I have to go do again? What I have to do? Again, because I need to retrieve 1 also, right? So, same thing. So, 1 divided by 10. 10 1 job. Is it right? No, right? What is it becomes? 10? 10 zeros. 10 zeros it becomes 0. What is the remainder? I am doing only division boss here. Nothing is there. So 1. Now this 1, how can I retrieve? Now this is a remainder. I am remainder getting a 1. 3, 2, 1. That is logic. Now this problem, the program is done. What you are doing? You are taking the number. You are taking the number. So now what is this 3, this 2, this 1 means what? 3, 2, 1 means what are those? Reminders. Hello? That means you have to take the number. You have to take the number and you have to reminder. How do you get it? N percentage. What? 10. The taken number is what? N is 1, 2, 3. And you have to percentile means what? Result is remainder. Result is what? Remainder. So that is why I am dividing. So that means I need to get the remainder and remaining number is what? How do I get the this remaining? 12, 1, 0. This will be, what is it? Divided by the number quotient. That means 12 divided by 123 divided by 10. So the 12 will becomes quotient. That you have to be division. Okay. Now the program is very easy. Just show me, ma'am. Just instead of logic understood, right? Everybody understood the logic. So now what I want to explain here, in order to write any program, the only programming thing is not that much focus, only problem solving skill. The computation skill is very important. Most of the people will fear here. You know, everybody will know for loop, right? If just you are just listening for loop, you know, and while loop, you know, all the loop if else, you know, all the header files, you know very well. But only people will be stuck at the logic. People will not learn the logic. They will starting the program. If you're not learning logic, how do you develop the program? That's only grammar rules. If I don't have any content, how can I deliver the lecture? I know English language, Telugu language. Can I start speaking something if I don't have a content in my mind? I know English language. I know Telugu language. But you need a subject. You need a content to deliver. That is very, very, very important. Similarly, you need to develop the logic here. So what is the program we are dealing? Reverse of the given number. Go for the reverse of the number. Reverse untadu. Reverse of the given. Okay, this is just a program, right? What is the program is simple. So we have developed the logic already. Yes or no? Just listen. I am just explaining how program is dealing. Vinali last koncham. I know it is already 1.5 hour. So, but try to listen patiently. Okay, just this one. Okay, first what we are doing? We have already developed the logic. We have already developed the logic. Remaining thing is what is there? This is the header file. You know very well. What is the purpose of the header file? What is the purpose of header file? It will store all the just now I have given predefined functions into the program. What the header file will contain? So include stdio standard input output functions, because I have written as printf scanf. These two functions are predefined functions. Who is defined these functions? Predefined. That means when I am developing a compiler, itself, I have given some of the printf scanf means these are input output statements. That is what I have already given. So when I write this file include stdio.h, all the header files related to input output files will be ready into the program in the preprocessor. That is done by whom? That is done by whom? Preprocessor. Preprocessor will include all the header files, library files that are declared in the program. Next one is, so here I am trying to developing here. So I am entering number, right? You are entering any number. So these things you can, whatever, you can include later also. You are just entering number. What is the number you are entering? 1, 2, 3. Or you can enter any number. You can enter any number. So that will be reading. This you know, right? Reading statement. Scanf means, so whatever the user is entering 1, 2, 3, then it will start reading from the keyboard. So, and it is giving percentile D. What is the percentile D means? Percentile D means what? Format specifier. Format specifier. Whether you are taking, the user is taking integer. So integer or character. So character means you have to write percentile C. So this format specifier you are taking, and just now you are developing a logic. So this is a while loop actually. What is while loop? While loop, first what it will check here? In while loop, what is going to check the first thing? Condition is going to check the first. In a while loop, what? Condition is going to check. What is the condition here? Number is not 0. You see here, in our last, whenever I got a 0, I stopped the process. When I got the number is 0, I stopped the process. Yes or no? Last time when I'm solving. So, if it is not 0, you have to repeat what? There is a number, I am taking reverse. I want what? Reverse. What is the number of n? What? In place of n, what is the number? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 percentile of 10. What is the result here? Percentile means what? Percentile means what? Remainder. If n percentile something 10 means, that means 1, 2, 3 divided by 10. I want a remainder as a result. Remainder as a result. So When a number 1, 2, 3 percentile 10 means 1, 2, 3 divided by 1, 2, 3 divided by రాయడానికి ఏం లేదా ఓకే 1, 2, 3 ఇక్కడ ప్యారలల్ గా రాయలేమా ఓకే ఓకే సరే ఉండనండి ఆల్రెడీ ఇట్స్ ఓకే సో 1, 2, 3 divided by 10 what is the remainder in reverse what it will store ma what is the in reverse variable what it will store ఎక్కడ పోయింది okay in reverse what is the result 3 yes or no 3 is storing because 1, 2, 3 divided by 10 what is the remainder 3 is the remainder that 3 is already stored in reverse it will be stored in reverse sum is what sum initially I have taken 0 these are the variables declaration what are the variable declaration means int sum and reverse sum these are all called as a variables what is the purpose of variables what is the purpose of variables variables are nothing but named memory locations that means if I declare here int sum what type of I am declaring int means what integer type I am specifying integer and what is n is also a integer reverse is also a integer occupies how many bytes 2 bytes integer will occupies 2 bytes so it depends on different 2 bytes means when I will declare this int sum or n in memory location which memory location in which memory locations it is storing I already explained main memory in main memory in somewhere the main memory will be divided into again different memory partitions so it will be storing in somewhere and that all the variables now sum what is the sum variable is having sum into 10 what is sum into 10 means sum means what initially 0 into 10 0 plus what is the reverse is having what 3 so now 3 the sum is having what 3 and if I display the sum it will be first initially in the first iteration how many iteration first only I am at first iteration only now the sum is 3 now again what is the number is divided by 10 what is the result remaining number 1 2 1 2 1 2 is a that is a not remainder that is a quotient so 1 2 here in place of n it is a 1 2 now it becomes while n again it is repeating while n is not equal to 0 n value is how much after first iteration what is n 1 2 is an n value after first iteration what is n value 1 2 again 1 2 if again now reverse equal to n percentile 10 n percentile 10 means what is the n value 1 2 percentile 10 so what is the reverse is containing చెప్పండి 2 now 2 means here sum equal to again sum into 10 what is the previous sum value 3 what is the previous sum value 3 into 10 30 plus what is the reverse 2 so 1 so what is 32 what is the answer here sum is containing what 32 so if I write it will be more clear so I don't have chance so next again 1 2 divided by 10 1 2 divided by 10 so 1 2 divided by 10 is what is the result is 1 so now n value becomes 1 now n is again go for checking the while loop n is 1 percentile 0. Is it 0? N value is 0? No. You have to repeat again. Process. What is O again? Reverse equal to 1 percentile 10. What is 1 percentile 10? 1. So again, sum equal to sum into 10. What is the sum value? 32. Previous sum value. 32 into 10, 320. Plus, what is the reverse value? 1. So, 321. Now, n value becomes, n is 1 divided by 10. What is the value? 0 point something, right? So, 0. 0 is the result. Now, you go for while loop. Is it 0? N value is 0? Yes. So, now, while loop is getting terminated and it will come to the where? It will come to where? It will come to print statement. Print the reverse of the given number is what type it is? Percentile D. Percentile D means format specifier. It is an integer number. And what is the containing reverse of number? Sum. Sum equal to 321. First, what I have done? I have started writing program. No, I just developed the logic. When you divided the number with this one, I have taken a reminder, and for that reminder, you are adding here. That's it. So that is what you need to develop. First, you need to develop logic. Programming is nothing. If you learn all the basics, you will be a good programmer. But in order to grammar rules, in addition to grammar rules, you have to learn what? Others? What others? Problem solving skills. Logic you need to develop. So that is what in programming. So like this, if you keep on saying, so we have a many, if it is possible, I will take in next sessions to cover some of the basic things. Now what you have covered first thing? Now till now what you have learned? What are the language processing system steps? Yes or no? And what are the language processing system? Tell me quickly. Preprocessor, compiler, assembler, linker or loader. Linker or loader will be again how many phases? Allocation, reallocation, linking, loading. So these are the different, what are the different types of memories? Primary memory, secondary memory, primary memory, cache memory, registers. Which one is more faster? Registers. Which one is a more cost wise? Which one is a higher cost? Cost wise. Space wise, secondary memory. Cost wise, registers are more costly. So like this order. And if you want to develop any programming, okay, if I start giving all the syntaxes for every loops, it is taking time. If it is possible, I will give you in the next class. So, but at this point of time, you need to try to develop ultimately a logic. Okay. If you have good computation skills, the logic is very easy. The grammar rules are very easy because you have to learn not only C language, any language. If you develop logic, you can try to learn any language. But only basic things you need is for loop, while loop, do while loop. These all basic things are enough. And declaration of variables, what are arrays, what is pointers, that much. That is C language. Similarly, we have a Java language, same for loop, same while loop, same do while loops, same declaration sections. And Python also, you will have a same structure and more easier structures. Okay. So this is what I think break, madam. 12 ka? అయిపోయింది కదా 12 అయిపోయింది కంటిన్యూ చేయొచ్చా ఇంకా చాలా ఓకే సరే సరే ఓకే ఫర్ దిస్ సెషన్ ఓకే this is sufficient. Okay. For the next session we see that some of the difficult problems how to solve easily. Okay. So right, thank you. Okay, okay. Just wait. We can continue up to 12:30. No issue. Okay. We will make somewhat interesting. Okay, don't worry. Okay. Okay. Ma'am, PPT. PPT. Okay. Let's revise some of the syntaxes quickly. Okay. Let's revise some of the syntaxes quickly. Or can I give the some more programmings? Because most of the phases I'm seeing, while I'm giving the syntaxes, most of phases are blank. Or can I solve some more problems? What? Unit one of unit one open. Unit one or unit two. Okay, we have one tomorrow also one more session. We will solve some more problems. Meanwhile, we will just quickly revise how much you know that what are the syntaxes that are basic syntaxes. Later we will see that we'll solve some more problems in the later class. Okay. Okay. You know very well, right? I am just taking 1 minute only for each one. What is algorithm? You know effectively, right? Okay, in simpler way, I'll tell you. In simpler way, I will tell application softwares. What are those? These are all called application softwares. So without VLC player, do you play the video? VLC or some other playing softwares? Can you play the video? Which is that VLC player is also a application software. Now tell me, operating system, user is interacting with application softwares. Application softwares are interacting with whom? Vinali, application softwares are interacting with whom? Operating system. Operating system is interacting with whom? Hardware devices. Hardware devices, whether it may be memory management, whether it may be registers, or whether it may be processor. So this is the flow. This is what the real flow in our computer science. So this is why we have a application softwares as well as a system softwares. Now, whether C language is a platform dependent or platform independent, platform dependent, or when you coming to any programming language, there are some languages which are platform dependent and some of languages are platform independent. Why some of the languages are platform independent? Why some of the languages are platform dependent? On what basis we can decide whether it is a platform independent or platform dependent? Tell me. On what basis? On what basis will decide? Best example I will tell you. Whatever you are writing a application, whatever you are writing application, any software, that application, if you, let us take a VLC player, okay? VLC player. So VLC player will be, if you install only, it will execute or not. That means VLC player, after installation only, you are going to play the video. Yes or no? Yes or no? Can you play directly on a web browser? I have a one video. Can you play on your web browser? No, you cannot run on web browser. You need some software. So on that software, you have to execute. You have to run that. So that means the video has to play on software that is called as a VLC player. That is whenever you are installing those type of softwares are called as a platform dependent. Platform dependent. Suppose you have a Facebook. Okay, you need some people will be installing apps and without installation also, can you able to open in a browser or not? Yes or no? Similarly, our Amazon, Flipkart, these all commercial websites will have a whether you able to run or not. So similarly, your college website, can you able to browse in our browser or not? Website or not? These type of applications are called as a platform independent. Sir, why platform independent are popular? Java is a platform independent or platform dependent? Platform Java till now. Java was invented long back. Till now it is still popular because only the platform independent. Any commercial website or any commercial related, we are developing using the Java language. Using Java language. That is why Java language is a platform independent. So whatever the browser, web browser, commercial websites will be able to develop in Java. Whereas the C is a platform dependent. That is why it is not so many people are using nowadays. Okay, but we have a, sir, then why we need to learn C. If you learn the C language, you will be covering all the basics, all the basic looping statements, all the declaration statements, whatever the array statements are the pointers. This will be useful in our Java also. Okay, so that is why we are learning a basic language. So this is something about softwares. Okay, from you, I need to know what is the system software now. Tell me. I need answers. Without you are giving answers, I will not go further. What are the systems of phase? Operating system. What are the application softwares? What are the application softwares? Cheppandi examples. At least tell me examples. MS Word or any players or anything. Any your C editors, your C notepad. These all are called application softwares. Yes or no? So now end users are interacting with what? Users are interacting with what? Cheppali. End users are interacting with what? Application softwares or operating system sometimes. Next, operating system is interacting with what? Both application softwares are end users and as well as hardware resources. Hardware? What are the hardware resources means? What are the hardware resources? What are hardware resources? What are the hardware resources for the computer? Memory, all the registers, all the we have a central processing unit, arithmetic logic unit, whatever the I want register, cache memory, main memory, primary memory. These all are called it as a hardware resources. Hardware resources. The operating system is interacting with both application softwares as well as hardware resources. Operating system is also called it as a interface. Interface. So next. Operating system is also one more subject. It is a very interesting subject where you are going to deal with all the how the processes will be allocated, how the memory will be allocated, how the files will be allocated, how file management, process management, memory management. This will be deal in operating system subject. That is a very interesting subject. So at your second year or third year, you are going to learn. Next. 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 So this is a generation of computers, you know very well. Next. I am taking only important topics which are useful for you. Okay. Inka next. So this already explained everything. What are the characteristics? Okay. ఇప్పుడు క్లోజ్ చేయాలి ఇక్కడ. ఓకే ఓకే వాళ్ళు అడిగిన తర్వాత మీరు దానికి ఆన్సర్ చెప్పిన తర్వాత ఓకే ఓకే సో from your side any queries till now? Whatever you have learned, any queries at this point of time? If you have any queries, please try to ask your questions. Or those who are present in online also, you can ask your queries. If you have any queries, you feel free to ask the queries. Because it is a huge subject, we cannot cover all the topics. So if I start covering all the topics, it becomes nothing. You will not understand anything. So that is why I'm focused, whatever I'm teaching, I'm focusing on effectively. So it has to be useful for your competitive examination point of view, or if you go for any interviews, or if you're learning other programs, or you are learning other subjects, these all are basics. If you have any queries, you feel free to ask questions. Because this is a guest lecture, that is why I explained in whatever the parameters which are not explained by your academics. Okay, if you have any queries, you feel free to ask, no issues. One thing you have to learn is you have to ask the questions. Don't hesitate. If what other people, if I ask some wrong answer, wrong question, what other people will think, whether other people will laugh, you will have all this wrong belief system in your mind. First, come out of that wrong belief system. You will start growing. Okay, you take your own time, and if you have any queries, you can ask. Or the next session, what you want to expect, more things from my side, you uh, tell me. Those things also I will try to give you. Other than what I explained, what are the more things you are expecting from my side? Whether normal C languages, or like some programming problems, what you are expecting for the next session at least? Because you are our audience. From whatever your interest, I will tell you. What you are expecting for the next session? What you are expecting? Problem solving, one thing, and anyway, I will focus on problem solving. Next, syntaxes. Are you comfortable? All syntaxes? No? Can I repeat all the syntaxes in the for the next class? Okay, I will explain. Don't worry. So, okay, based on your inputs only, I will take the next session. Okay, right. So we'll close the today's session.
Sir, what is wrong?